It's time to do some more development. So I'm just going to recap what happened in the latter half of the video because the latter half of the last video because I recommend skipping it because of the fact that unfortunately the gosh darn thing was just me fiddling around with string format. So the situation we've got here is, well, first of all, when there's nothing loaded, it says stuff here. Really shouldn't say anything. Don't know exactly how to deal with that yet, but I'm just gonna roll with this. So, just want to recap. To get the string format to work, you're not gonna be having some regular text in front of whatever your formatting is. Whatever your formatting is for the value that's bound, you need to have these two curly braces. And then it's just standard formatting structure here. And I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out, but it did. It sucks. And also, another issue that I had at the end of the previous part was it was not able to parse the number of views in this Eincrou playlist. And that's because when I was developing the playlist feature initially, I was using as an example playlist something that did not have more than 1,000 views. And turns out that int.tryparse can't automatically parse out values, string values, or not values, but it can't automatically parse strings that have commas in them. If you want to do that, you have to use an overload of the function or the method that allows you to put a number style. And so you use number styles that allow thousands, this enum, and then it also requires an iFormat provider if you use this particular overload. But I don't care about the iFormat provider, so I just put null, and that's perfectly fine. And then out as normal. And so that is now able to parse correctly. And I also noticed before typo here. So let's just fix that typo. Might as well rebuild. All right. So let me just demonstrate. There you go. Players views is 13 million. It was just getting tripped up by the commas in the string. Use that special method of tryparse and you'll be fine. So this is doing basically what it needs to do at this stage. It's ugly as sin, but we'll figure out how to do that later. How to make that look good later is what I'm trying to say. So I have decided that I do want to have a separate class that is able to represent a set of YouTube videos or a group of YouTube videos. And that way I can properly encapsulate the functionality that there needs to be to, like, add up the total number of views in that set of videos and also the video or the comments as well. And I need to implement the ability to see how many comments there are on videos. So Let's start with that, because that's the most basic thing that isn't working right now that we need. So let's see how I can find out how many comments there are. Might actually not be able to do that because you see how it loads there after the fact. That is a situation I don't know how to deal with, and that actually is a big problem because that also is what happens when you have a playlist that has more than 100 videos on it, which what this one does. You have to load more. See? It doesn't load the entire set of 200 videos, maximum of 200 videos per playlist. So the remainder of these need to be loaded, and I don't know how to access those programmatically. I know that it's possible because 4K video downloader is able to get all of the videos in a playlist. It's able to parse all of those, and I don't know how it does it. I have to look at the code of that particular program, which is open source, and hopefully the open source version, which is old, does have that functionality available. I haven't looked yet. That program is written in C++, but fortunately I do have some C++ knowledge. Got like 25, 30 hours worth of work in C++, so I can probably understand it well enough to figure out how he did it. So I need to be able to find out how many comments there are, and let's see if there's any way to find that in just the regular HTML. Yes, this is. This is where the comments come up. Error message loading. Yes, I don't know how to do it. It doesn't load it immediately. Oh, maybe like this? I can go to this particular page. It should always have the comments count. Wow. Is this really all the comments? How many were there? 1,128. Come on. What the hell? Stop it. Okay, so there's only one place where it says number of comments. All right, so I can extend YouTube parse, the YouTube URL class, to get a URL to the comments. Whoops, that's not the correct place to do that. Let's just... Really, these should be URIs, shouldn't they? Yeah, I don't know why I was doing strings. Like that's before. I think that was before I really understood what URIs were. We'll do URIs, and changing this is going to break a bunch of stuff. In YouTube thumbnail grabber. Well, that's fine. All right, so let's call this one actually all comments URI. Let's create a backing field for this. Problem is, I can just create an... Yeah, I didn't want to create a new URI object every time I reference this. I guess it should be fine. I guess it's not a great practice, but I don't know. Should be fine. So we're going to return this string plus the video ID. No need for a set. Change this to URI. URI kind.absolute, because it's linking directly to, I mean, the URI goes directly to a website. Actually, this should be a string. Whoops. This is still a string. So it's going to break a bunch of stuff in the rest of this. I think absolute URI should be the correct one. Doing some major refactoring here. If this still builds. Does. Let's just give it a test. Okay. Everything here still works. Hmm. I'm going to create a column definition. Whoops. It's too much. Maybe 150. I just want to create a display here. Whoa, 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 what? Need a column span. Isn't it column span? No, it's grid.columnSpan. It's an attached property. Okay, so I'm going to create a list box in here. Column 1, row 1. I want the height to be just auto, so it fills it. Can have a margin of like 5. Get rid of the width. And the vertical alignment, horizontal alignment. Just don't like that it adds a bunch of defaults that I don't care about. All right, so we need to create a new property here. It's going to be an observable collection of YouTube URLs. Just call it playlist videos. And I suspect that this structure here is not going to be the same once I'm done because I'm going to be creating that new class. take the video URLs list, create an observable collection. Actually, that's not going to work really, because I need it to be pages so I can have the actual information about the videos. That's not gonna work yet because I need to create that special class, like I've said, that will handle getting the pages, handle downloading the pages and all that. Oh, I don't think I bound this yet. Yep, I didn't bind it. We've got all the URLs here, or at least some of them. Because again, it doesn't load the entire 110, so it should be 100 here. What I want to have happen is there should be a list of video titles, the number of views, maybe have a little thumbnail. I don't know. That might not work too well. Okay. So what was I doing? Let's get back to what I was doing. So I was trying to get the number of comments. So this is going to have to be an aspect of a YouTube page because it doesn't make sense to have it as part of a YouTube playlist. Or maybe I could create a separate class to handle the YouTube comments. Because since it's got all the comments here, I could see myself parsing everything everyone says. Yeah, something I could do. I mean, it doesn't have all the comments. I mean, it's not all 21,000. And I don't understand how you could load the rest of them. So for now, I don't think I want to do that. I do want to save this comments page, though, as an example. I need to use this program. To find out how to parse. This should be pretty easy. I can just call it count. I guess I'll just literally look for this. I don't think I need to escape brackets. Maybe I do. Let's see. And this is not actually what I'm capturing. This is. I'm gonna call it comments because it's more descriptive than just count. And we're gonna be capturing everything that is a digit. Actually, that's not gonna work. We need to capture everything that is not a white space, so that is gonna be capital S, I believe. See what the analyst says. Actually, I think I need this. Yep, need the anything on the white space with any number of repetitions. Actually, that's not what I'm looking for. Anything other than parentheses. Wait, what did I do? Not parse a character class. Unbalanced parentheses. Oh, I need to escape this. Any character other than that. So let's see if it works. Oh, I need to add the beginning parentheses. So just get the number. There we go. That's what I want. So I'm gonna have to download a new page to get access to the number of comments. See, it's not exactly a part of the main page, it's another page, and I've got basically every type of page you can get here. I've got a separate class for, so I'm going to do this as a separate class. So I'm going to call this a YouTube comments page. And we're going to need a private string. Whoops. Is just the page. See, Make sure I keep the same general idea of what I was doing before with this. Yeah. I guess we want the YouTube URL. Now let's do a property. Really, it should be able to parse everything, absolutely everything here. But for now, it's just going to be extremely basic, and it's only going to parse the number of comments. And there should be it should have a backing field. Have it come after, because that's how I did in the other classes. Actually, let's do it like this. Yes, I did. Okay, so I did use a nullable int here. And the reason I do it like this is so that it doesn't try to parse out information that hasn't been requested. So that's why I do this like this. Not all code paths return a value. Okay, we don't need that if. So I'm using a nullable int here. Because because what I want to do is I want to be able to tell if I've assigned a value, if I have intentionally assigned a value to the integer variable. And by default in C#, every time you declare an int, it is assigned to the value of 1. I mean of 0, even if you don't assign it anything. So it's not like C++ where if you declare a basic type, it is not actually assigned anything. So the way to be able to figure out whether or not I've assigned it or not, other than using some type of flag, is to just create a nullable type. And the shortcut to do that is to put a question mark after the type, and it has to be a value type. It has to be a struct, rather. Because structs can't be null. But you can use the nullable wrapper to wrap it in an object that can be null. And so we're checking to see if this has a value. And if it does not have a value, then we're going to get a value by parsing the string. So we're going to need regex here. Oops. Need this again. Oh, I need to, of course, have the input that I'm matching. Does that come first or second? It's first. Oops. And the new version of ReSharper gives it all these funky colors. So, since there are no quotation marks as part of this match, it should be fine. And the next thing to do get the value. I'm going to have to use parsing to turn this into an actual number. So let's create an int. On them comments int, so it's more clear what I'm doing with it here. So int.try parse comments match value. Wait. Oh, it's dot groups. Oh, nice. It actually was able to help me find exactly what the group name was. I'm going to need to allow thousands here. Null. And num comments match. No, not that. Num comments int. It has to say out. Whoops. Guess I don't really need to use try parse. Number style, allow thousands. Yeah, that's simpler. Okay, so we've got very, very basic YouTube comments page here. What am I going to do with this? I think I have to use it here. Oh, it never downloads any pages because we need a constructor. I need a method to download the page. The reason I have a separate method to download the page is so that I can do it asynchronously if need be. Be able to just copy this straight over. Yeah, let's rename this video URL. So you have to download the page before you can do anything here. Build that. All right, so this is actually going to be a part of that class that I'm thinking of creating, because it doesn't make sense to use it here. So I need a class that can create the pages. I mean, that can hold information about a group of YouTube, an arbitrary number of YouTube videos. It can create the pages, just the regular pages for the main video page, and also it can create comment pages. I guess that will be next. What else am I missing? Okay, so I've got the ability to get the comments. I guess that's what I've done this video. Seems like it's taken a long time to not do very much. I don't know why. I think I was kind of scatterbrained here, but should be okay. All right, then. That's going to be it for this one.